Antonio, how'd you see things up there, man? Pitbull, very low energy compared to last time.
Well, a smart move. Smart move. I mean, there was really no hostility anyway. It was just you had a guy over there just saying a bunch of stuff that we weren't saying. And at the end of the day, I think people know we don't get into stuff like that. We're a very respectful fight gym. We come to put on a great show for the fans. And we don't talk shit, but we will answer when you do talk shit.
Yeah. How do you feel about this fight? Like they were asking AJ, how do you motivate yourself to beat a guy you just beat under 2 minutes, and then it's the $1 million aren't on the line or whatnot? I know you guys are focused, but is it any mentally? How do you guys approach this fight?
I think it's just integrity. You know, when you're a champion and you know what it's like to be a champion, he's seen his dad as a champion, and it's just something that's just in him to know that, hey, out of respect for the sport, out of respect for being a champion and him beating the champion, you run it back. And you know, that's just what it is, you know.
Yeah. With the win over Patrick, where does that leave you guys? I mean, I know free agency is gonna eventually one day be something you guys are gonna have to focus on. You had Alexander Volkanovski. AJ just mentioned him. He wasn't too impressed with his performance this past Saturday, I believe. How do you guys go forward with this?
You know what, man? Look, he's my son, he's my friend, he's my student. They don't have anybody in a 145-pound or 55-pound division that can deal with him. I've been in this game for 30 years. I know what's good and what's bad. I know who's got talent, who doesn't have talent, just like everybody else knows. The problem is, why don't the fans know? So we depend on people like you. We depend on people that control the social media and the urban areas to tell people who this kid is. He came from a dark place and there's nothing but light shining now. Why not glorify that, you know? I think it's a beautiful thing. It's not a comparison. You can't compare anybody to him. You've never seen anybody can fight like that. Not even John Jones. He's a souped up GS 2.0 John Jones that can pull a submission from anywhere at any time, can knock you out. He's fast, he's strong, he can wrestle. He chooses to do what the fans enjoy, and that's finish his opponents.
And like they asked Corey Anderson that even with his win, even becoming a world champion, even your son beating Pitbull again, who's probably he's the most decorated fighter in the Bellator history. He's probably the best fighter pound for pound. That belongs to your son now, but beating him, you know, people are still gonna say Bellator's the minor leagues, UFC's the major leagues. Just like, when are you guys gonna spin that narrative around and actually have people say, you know what, Bellator's right there with the UFC, and like you're saying, your son, there's nobody like him?
Well, I think, you know, we could talk to Bellator about marketing differently. There's a lot of things that we can do. This sport isn't even developed in the urban areas. They don't even know about it. His biggest fan base is Asian, Hispanic, and white. So when we look at those narratives, we have to take into consideration that this is a new sport. So more than anything, we want to be, first off, we want to be loyal to Bellator, because Bellator is who we work for. We look at his brand as a corporation. We want what's best for the company and what's best for the employees. I happen to be an employee. His family is his employee. So we want what's best for the company because it's going to be what's best for us. And sometimes business doesn't meet the same criteria when you're dealing with companies. So you have to do other things. Unfortunately, we've been blessed. We're working on some things. I think the sport needs to mature more. I think managers that are out here managing need to mature more. There's a lot of loopholes in this game. But I think over a period of time it's going to change. I think he can be the face to change it.
And you say you've been in the game for 30 years. It seems like the grudge with Dana White hasn't eased, even after you guys have pretty much made your point after beating Patricio that last time. I saw you in the Jake Paul video. Just tell me about where you stand in terms of Dana White, man, and if he really came to the table, because I think he said if they want to come to the table, we can come to the table. He said something along those lines. I don't know if you heard it, but if he's willing to talk to you guys, I know, like you said, loyalty's first. You want AJ McKee to be the first in terms of developing, really developing MMA, because you say it's a very fresh sport, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think he's past that now. Again, it's business. Whatever my feelings are toward Dana, it's not toward the UFC. Whatever my feelings toward the UFC is not towards Dana. That's a company, and it has a business model. I'm a businessman, and I understand the business model. So I respect the company. I might not agree with everything that the people that are running the company, But at the end of the day, I have the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, by far, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. You had Conor McGregor, who was probably one of the most marketable fighters. Was he the best fighter? No. But what did he do for the UFC? So I think we can actually be the slot and fill in where Conor couldn't. Conor was not that skillful. He was at the right place at the right time with the right fights. Made him look like a mega superstar. Plus, he was able to sell that. But you will get a different act out of AJ. AJ is a class. He's not going to throw chairs. He's not going to go out and do blows of cocaine.
Unless he's approached, in terms of throwing chairs, unless he's approached,
no, you're going to have to
match
strike
energy.
first. But there's a better way to do it. He's been taught that, you know. So at the end of the day, man, we just want to we want to be treated the way we treat people. And we want to be respected the way we respect people. We're not going to talk about you, we're going to talk about us.
Antonio, I appreciate the time, and good luck April 15th.
Thank you.